Hi, I'm Martin Sharp, award-winning author, mentor and coach, and I'm here to talk to you about 3 of the key reasons why you need to be changing your business or your organisation. Now you might be wondering, what do I actually mean that there's only 3 reasons for changing? Well, here's the thing. When it comes down to any kind of change inside your business, I'm sure you would agree that it carries a cost. Now most people straight away identify the monetary cost that's involved, but the reality is it's more than just money. On top of money, you've also got time, you've got resources, and you've got risk. And each one of these elements can either play towards things that are going to help you be able to change, or can actually work against you, and certainly against your business. So when it comes down to doing changes inside your business or your organisation, you need to be making sure you're choosing the right changes to do. And for that, I believe that there's only 3 real reasons for changing anything inside your organisation. Now let's have a think about this right now as to what those could be. Now the first one that most people would recognise is actually the reason to upgrade things like your software, or maybe do your accounts on a year-by-year basis. These are the changes that you need to be making just purely to stay in business, to stay as a going concern. Now it's true that if you don't do these kind of changes, the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to go out of business. Because if you're not working inside your regulatory compliance or inside the things that you need to do to operate as an organisation, your organisation isn't going to last very long, because the reality is you're going to run out of the things that you need. It's a bit like trying to bake a cake, really, because if you're baking a cake, you might bake the first one fine because you went out and bought all the ingredients, but the second one, if you forgot to buy the flour or the raisins or the eggs or something, you can't expect still to be able to bake that cake. So there are going to be changes that you need to make inside your business that are just going to keep you working year in, year out. And identifying what those are is probably very crucial to make sure that you can attribute the right amount of time, right amount of effort, and obviously the right amount of money. But you're going to realise this, that kind of change does not push your business forwards. In fact, the key thing for this kind of change is actually it keeps you where you currently are, and that is operating. Now for me, the second kind of change that we can come across is one where we're looking to reduce our overheads or our costs or our operational expenditure. Now again, this is a real kind of change that a lot of people look at, because they look at how can they drive down the cost of operation, how can they improve process, how can they automate processes, how can they outsource things to as a service, so that each time they're trying to make things simpler, quicker and easier. Now this kind of change straight away has an impact on your bottom line. So in some cases what you'll find is the risk that you're carrying is probably going to be outweighed by the amount of savings that you're going to make. And if you can identify these kind of changes in your organisation, straight away you can work out ways of making your business produce more money for the same amount of effort, if not less. Now the thing is, this still is in the same category as our first change, in the fact that we're not driving our business forwards. And in many cases, by actually just reducing the amount that you're spending on your operations may in fact impact the amount of money that you can generate, because you lose that organisational information, that kind of built up institutional knowledge that you have inside your organisation, because it's devolved into these processes. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes that can be quite devastating. So when you come down to doing those kind of changes, you really need to be sure that the kind of changes that you're going to do to be able to reduce your overheads and your operational expenses are really going to do that. And what they're not really doing is hiding those costs by you incurring higher and higher risks. Now the third kind of change is the one that I really enjoy, and for me this is the kind of change that if you've got a really good business, these are the ones that are pushing the business forwards. Now this third category of change is all around revenue generation. How can we produce more? Because the reality is, if we can produce more of something, a better product, more solutions, we can solve more people's problems, these are the things that people are looking to pay for. And as such, not only are we in a position where we are continuing to operate as a good business and we're continuing to service our clients, but we're also growing and we're moving our business forwards. Because the reality is, if you're not growing, you're dying. And this is the same thing in business. If you stand still for long enough, eventually you will get knocked down. And you can only overcome this by growth, by change, by making yourself go further, making things better, producing more solutions to different problems that the world keeps throwing at us. Because the reality is, change happens all the time. It's happening within your body every single minute of the day. And it happens to our business, whether we like it or not. So, are you going to go away and understand the real reason why you're making those changes in your business? Or are you just going to be working in your desires and then wondering why the money's disappeared? Now, I'd like to leave you with this final thought, and that is this. Sometimes no change can be the most costly event, even more so than some change. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this video, then please click the subscribe button for more hints, tips, sound bites and extras in order to be able to help you influence change, build consensus and achieve a greater success in your life, in your career and in your organisation. So click that subscribe button now.